Thank you very much for that, Sarah. I'd like to introduce the panel this morning. All parents. We have kids between the ages of 5 and 25 ranging on the panel this morning. Graham Richardson is joining us from CTV News. Great to have you here. Katherine Dines from Majic 100 and Dean Roberts joining us from the team. Here is the article that we found this morning. Researchers from the University of British Columbia have discovered that parents who take a child-centric approach experience more positive emotions, fewer negative ones during childcare, and derive greater meaning from life and parenthood while engaging with their kids. For the first time, putting your children's happiness and needs before yours is actually associated with more positive emotions, fewer negative emotions, and more meaning when parents spend time with their children.
Nice.
Yeah, it sounds really good, doesn't it? What do you think? Because the first thing you said is right at the top.
Yeah.
You know, when you become a parent, it's a sacrifice.
It's your only job. Okay, so it depends how you define putting your kids first.
Right.
I mean, if you think your life is going to be like it was in your 20s or in your teens, depending on when you have your kids, it's not. So if you go in with the notion that everything's going to be the same and the kids aren't going to change anything, that's naive. So I guess I'm a child-centric parent because we calculate like things like going away, what if the kids are coming, what are we going to do? You know, we plan our vacations around our kids as opposed to around us. And I don't think that makes us great parents or happier. I think that's just what you do. But that's my opinion.
My daughters are my favorite people on this earth. And you know, as much as it can be really crazy and you do need a break, but I would rather spend my time with them than anyone else. So when I'm planning, I could also go to every concert that hits this city. But in reality, I'm looking at my pocketbook and I'm looking at, okay, so what do I want to do with my family this year? You do make sacrifices, and I would rather you know, do the family quality things with my kids and enjoy that. But that being said, you brought up a good point. There is balance. You do need balance.
We have balance, all of us, anyway, because our days are spent also in the workplace. And so there are some parents who spend, you know, their entire days with their children, you know, or they're taking care of other people's children. And that's a very different situation from us sometimes just stepping out of the situation, stepping out of the home, having a little bit of the me time, because sometimes heading into the office and having your coffee, it's the me time.
I know, and I was mainly home until my kids were in school full time. Mainly, I did a little bit of freelance stuff, and that is the toughest job. I swear, the toughest job that I have ever found is being in the house with the kids all the time. I've taken care of a lot of friends' kids, and it's like, it is really challenging to raise children.
Did you find it was your happiest time? See, but they're saying.
But the thing is, I don't know, like, I don't find that article is really complete. There's so many variables that are missing. And it is like balance, and I do feel happiest when I'm with my kids. Sometimes I do go sit on the doorstep and cry like the I do that.
But Leanne, they do mention martyr in that article, don't they? And I'm very guilty of becoming the martyr parent, you know, trying to do too much all the time for them where it's not appreciated maybe in my eyes as much as it should be. And, you know, I get a little sensitive about that, and I'm thinking, okay, they're both in their 20s. And they're still asking me for tons of things that I think they should be doing by themselves.
At 25, there's a difference between the needs of a 7 or 8-year-old needing all of their hockey equipment than there is at a 25 saying, Dad, you know, need some sporting things going on.
And I think I agree with Katherine. I mean, I'm you know, the way we work it for now, my wife is working her way back into the workforce, and she's at home. And I've ultimate respect in the article for someone, a woman in Halifax who's a single parent, who's juggling jobs and trying to handle 2 kids. I mean, I'm the way our mix works as a family for us right now is a lot of it falls to my wife because she's at home for a chunk of the time. I just think you work it all out based on your family, and everybody's choice isn't the same.
Okay, but it comes to your purchasing power. You've got $100, but the kids need, you know, 10 items, and you're, you know,
the wife decides.
But they're saying too, you're likely, as I'm looking at all these parents, you're likely the last one. You're likely the one going without.
Well, yeah, like, I mean, sure, it would be nice to have Gucci everything, but in reality, I would rather my kids be able to have experiences that I didn't have growing up. I've been a single mom for over 10 years. So I find it's a very challenging situation, but you budget and you figure out what's important to you, what's important for your family. And everybody's different, right?
And at the end of the day, you have your greatest joy from that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You?
Yeah.
greatest joy from the kids?
Yeah, I really do. Yeah,
I don't know what I did before I had kids.
I know. It's like you can't
What
remember.
I did with all the hours of the day. Well, I
Wasted.
actually
Where
do,
were the hours of the day?
Well, remember back when we didn't have kids, we were complaining. I remember complaining about how busy I was.
Yeah.
What a joke. Who did I think I was? Like, come on.
Well, hopefully our kids are all benefiting from the extra love, that
Right.
the extra time, the extra funding, everything is literally going towards them. And as the research is showing, we're happier for it,
Sure.
hopefully.
How about your kids? You haven't told us about what your role is there.
I'm very similar, but to be honest with you, I'll still take the hour out of my day to get to the gym, because if I'm not mentally, physically capable, then I know I'm not as good of a mom at home. So I do believe in taking a little bit of time for yourself to be internally happy, because then I find I am a better parent. I am better with the kids once I've had just some time to take,
But if you're at the spa and you got to choose,
I'm not at a spa.
But if you're at a spa and you got a chocolate wrap choice and it's going to the girls or you, you're taking it, right? Yeah. Okay.
Don't feel guilty. Never feel guilty.
Okay. That is our time.